Hi, this is Jim Cramer with something new. Dividend Stock Advisor with my old friend Dave Peltier. This is perhaps, I think, the most important product you can have today. Why? Interest rates are low. I've been emphasizing dividends in my writing in Real Money. I've been emphasizing dividends on Mad Money. But finally, we've got some actual grounding on what to like and what not to like, what to be careful of, and what makes sense. Dave, tell me about why this particular Dividend Stock Advisor website, part of TheStreet's.com, is so important in terms of trying to figure out which dividends are safe, which ones are good, and what stocks are going to follow those dividends.
Well, right. Well, Jim, a lot of stocks are paying dividends these days, about 80% of the stocks in the S&P 500. But we want to pick the ones that consistently outperform. You and I both know that companies that have consistent earnings growth can consistently grow their dividend.
Right.
Those stocks will outperform over time, and those are the ones we look for. Ones that have the earnings coverage, they earn at least 2 times as much as they pay out for the dividend. They have good balance sheets, and they consistently raise their dividends decade after decade.
Now, I think just as important is a lot of people want to own stocks with giant yields, not necessarily giant dividends, but giant yields. You're flagging dividends that may be unsafe.
Absolutely. We've seen some recent dividend cuts. Companies like Cliffs Natural or CenturyLink. These were avoidable. These companies did not have the earnings to cover their dividends. Some other stocks I see out there right now, like R.R. Donnelley. Any stock yielding more than 10% right now, when interest rates are 2%, average stock in the S&P 500 yields 2%, that should be a red flag.
All right, so how does it work? You subscribe. What do you get?
Well, you get access to our model portfolio. We're going to have about 12 to 15 stocks. Those are our top picks in the space. It's a diversified portfolio. We play some offense and some defense. You'll have some utility names in there, but you'll also get some chip stocks. You've seen in the last decade that a lot of technology stocks are paying dividends that didn't pay them before.
Now, will you also alert us to a Cliffs Natural?
Absolutely. Every 2 weeks or so, when we do come out with the newsletter, we will talk about what's going on in the dividend space right now. If we see some red flags out there, we will definitely tell folks so you avoid those pitfalls.
Finally, people are mystified by the actual process of buying stocks to get the dividend not. Will you demystify that process with Dividend Stock Advisor?
Absolutely. There's a lot of jargon out there. Folks don't know when to buy the dividend. When can they sell a stock? Will they still get the dividend? That's why we created the term the must-own date. Companies don't tell you that. It's one of the most simple things out there. So we'll help you figure that out and tell you that date for the stocks that we follow.
All right, Dave, this sounds like, for me, the product that is most necessary with the Federal Reserve that wants to keep rates down and with a terrific tax scheme that makes it so dividends are still tax advantage versus almost all other income.
Absolutely.
All right, Dave Peltier, thank you so much. The product is Dividend Stock Advisor. I think you should subscribe. I'm using it. I'm using it for Mad Money. I'm using it for real money. Why? Because there's something that, well, let's just say it. There's nothing else out there like it. Stay with Cramer.